Let me ask you something personal. Have you ever sat there, your stomach is twisted in knots, your breath shallow, and your mind is running so fast that it feels like you're chasing thoughts you can't even catch? That's anxiety. And I know that it might feel like something's wrong with you when that happens, like you're falling apart. Maybe you might think you're failing or you're spiraling. But what if anxiety wasn't a sign that there's something wrong, but that you're paying attention? That maybe, just maybe, your mind and your body are trying to show you something, not punish you. Let's talk about that. Because here's what most of us have been taught. If you're anxious, you're weak. If you're anxious, you're irrational. If you're anxious, you need to get rid of it fast. But that's not the full story. My name is Monique Rhodes. I'm a happiness strategist. I've taught people for 2 decades how to be happier, how to feel better in themselves. I teach in Fortune 500 companies, 70 colleges and universities worldwide. Anxiety is a signal. It's not a defect. It's information. It's data. It's a flare that your nervous system is sending up when something inside you is being ignored or crossed or misunderstood. And when we stop to listen, not panic, not suppress, but really listen, we begin to understand something deeper. I want to tell you a story. A few years ago, I was in a situation that looked perfect on paper. It was the right opportunities, it was the right people, it was the right next step. But I couldn't sleep. And I'd wake up every morning and my chest was so tight. And I couldn't shake this gnawing feeling that I was forcing something that wasn't aligned with me. And I kept saying to myself, you're just anxious, you're being dramatic. But I wasn't. My anxiety wasn't a malfunction, it was a wisdom. It was trying to say, this isn't right for you. Listen. And eventually I did. I walked away from what looked like a dream to everyone else. And that decision changed the trajectory of my life. Not because I pushed through the anxiety, but because I paused and I translated it. So let's slow this down right here. If you've been feeling anxious lately, especially the kind that doesn't seem tied to one specific event, I want to invite you to ask yourself, what part of me isn't feeling heard right now? What truth am I not letting myself speak? Where am I pretending I'm okay when I'm not? Because anxiety often rises when something in your life is misaligned. Might be your boundaries, might be your values, it might be the speed that you're going through the world, or maybe it's your relationships, or maybe it's the amount of rest that you're getting, or maybe it's your honesty with yourself. So anxiety isn't always about fear, it's often about disconnect. And once we recognize that, everything changes. So here's the beautiful thing. You can turn that energy, the restlessness, the worry, the pressure, you can turn that into momentum. So instead of spiraling in what if, you can start asking yourself, what now? What is one small, kind, loving action that I can take to respond to this feeling? Maybe it's journaling. Maybe it's having a conversation you've been avoiding. Maybe it's getting honest about how exhausted you are and taking something off your plate. Right? A few months ago, I was getting ready to lead a major workshop, something I've done so many times. But this time I woke up with this tight chest and that feeling of anxiety in my body. My mind was racing, was second guessing everything. Was the content good enough? Had I prepared enough? Would I freeze in the middle of teaching? And years ago, I would have done everything in my power to push that feeling away. I would have told myself to calm down. I would have tried to distract myself, or I would have powered through it all with the sheer will and determination that I had. But this time I did something different. I sat down, I closed my eyes, and I said to my anxiety, okay, what are you trying to tell me? And the answer came surprisingly quickly. I wasn't anxious because I wasn't prepared. I was anxious because this workshop really mattered to me, because I cared deeply about the people who were going to be there, because I wanted to give them something real. And that anxiety wasn't a warning, it was a signal that I was doing something meaningful. So once I understood that, the energy shifted. I still felt the sensation of anxiety, but now it had context. So it wasn't this big, scary thing I had to fight. It was just a part of me, reminding me that I was stepping into something important. That's the power of transforming anxiety into insight. It doesn't erase the feeling, but it makes it useful, makes it human, makes it something you can work with instead of something you have to fear. Now, these actions might seem small, but when you take them while you're anxious, something amazing happens. Your anxiety feels acknowledged. It doesn't need to shout anymore. And what it does is it softens. And over time, that part of you that used to live in fear starts to trust you because you're not abandoning it anymore. You're listening. I don't want to sugarcoat this. This isn't a one-time trick. It's a practice, but it's a life-changing one. So when you learn how to translate your anxiety into insights, those insights become instructions, and those instructions become a path forward. That's what emotional intelligence really is. Not never feeling anxious, but knowing what to do when you do. And what I've learned is this: the more we respect our anxiety instead of rejecting it, the more powerful we become. Because it's not the absence of fear that changes your life. It's the ability to move with it, to hear it, and to act from a deeper truth. So the next time anxiety knocks, don't slam the door. Crack it open. Lean in. Say, okay, I'm listening. Let's figure this out together. Because anxiety doesn't want to control your life. It wants to help you come back home to it. I hope you've enjoyed this. I would love to see more of you. Like and subscribe. Come and join my little community and let's learn how to be happier. As always, be kind. Take care. Go gently in the world.